Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hope Report, your light in the darkness, brought to you by the Lindell Recovery Network. I am Jason Perry.
I'm Melissa Huray. We're at the NRB 2023, and I can't believe this, Jason, but it's come to our very last show of the
Well, we
conference.
saved the best for last.
We did. I know, we didn't even know it.
Everything's been going fine all week until this episode, and now we have fought through it.
Yes.
We have persevered. And now, God, I hope will bless this episode and send it out to everyone and help our good friend here who's trying to do something pretty amazing.
Good job, Jason. Thank you for fighting through the
No
tech
problem.
issues.
No problem.
Well, yes, we're blessed today to meet with Roger. He is with Legacy of Adam, and he has his PR man. Harold is right here. No, we're going to learn today about this amazing organization. We were just getting to know Roger a little bit. He was a missionary, and he came into this work a few years ago. But could you just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and what brought you into Legacy?
Yeah, sure. First of all, sorry for bringing whatever gremlins I brought you guys.
No problem. It's all good.
We all fought through it.
All right. So I'm just a visual effects supervisor guy. So I make like special effects for film, or I'm like the big nerd to make sure that all the small nerds know what to do, right?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I totally get it now.
Yeah, you totally. Excellent. And I've been working with secular stuff all my life, which I think is a really good way to learn the trade of whatever you're doing. My wife, a missionary kid from East Africa, born and raised in Kenya, she really wanted to go back to the warmth because we're from Norway.
Yeah.
So it's cold. And in 2015, she got a job opportunity, which led to the whole family just moving to Tanzania, basically.
Wow.
Big change.
It's a big move, yeah.
That's a big change. They have snakes in Tanzania.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And other things that'll eat you.
Yeah, there was so many things who wanted to eat me, but I
fought through it.
No,
Good
Tanzania was really, really great. Super big change. Had to learn Swahili. They put me in the dumb class. My wife already knew how to speak Swahili, so she was ahead. She was ahead.
So she didn't teach you before you got down there?
Just a few things, but I love my wife, but
I love when husbands set it up. I love my wife, but
for her to teach me Swahili, and me being in the dumb class, I'm not sure if that will be. No. It worked out fine though. I speak Swahili now, so
that's great.
Yeah.
So you're a missionary. You must have had. Did you have an upbringing in the church and a strong discipleship?
No. Yes. No. The thing is that
yes or no.
It's a maybe there.
Yeah.
No. So the thing is that I've been Christian all my life. I never known anything else. But I've never cared for like what congregation I belong to and stuff like that. So
denomination didn't matter.
Stuff like that. So I just didn't know about it, a bit in my own world. I guess I was a nerd back then, still a nerd. So when I got married to my wife at 25, she asked me what domination, and I was like, oh, we have to figure that out. I believe in God and Jesus and that stuff, but yeah, all right. So,
yeah.
Well, awesome. So when did God put this on your heart for you to go to Africa? I mean, that's some place that a lot of people don't want to go, but you wanted to.
No, He put it on my wife's heart. I do as
you went along with it.
Yeah, so I quit my job as a visual effects supervisor. I joined her. I did homeschooling for my girls. 1 year in, they spoke good enough English to do international school. So boom, in 2016, I was useless. Is that a word?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't believe that for a minute.
So I was like asking my mission if I could have a small budget and do. Oh, let's rewind. I was actually having children's club each Friday. We had about 50 to 70 kids coming up to our compound because we had irrigations, we had green lawn, which meant football, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So all of these kids in the neighborhood, they came in, we played football. And that's when I realized that kids in Tanzania, Africa, wherever, they're just like my kids. I had before I came, I thought kids were different around the world, but not really.
Yeah.
And I realized that they were like watching Rambo and Die Hard and all of these things because there's no content. At the end of the day, as a parent in Tanzania, you paid for the housing, the clothes, the food. There's no money to pay for entertainment and stuff like that. So what you have is what you get. So then the idea came like, okay, maybe I can use my talents and make something. It was supposed to be simple, okay?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a super small, simple production, and somehow it escalated.
Wow.
God can do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you created it. You had.
Do you have? Is there a website I can go to where I can show people on the internet?
Yeah, you could go to the legacyofadam.com.
Did God speak to you, give you a vision, give you any kind of
No, that's
leading?
that's the thing. Okay, so when you're picking up the bread crumbles,
Yeah.
you know, looking back, then maybe
Yeah.
you can see a trace or something.
Sure.
I think you need to add the in the beginning there, the legacy of Adam. But no, it's all random somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
And if you go to YouTube, of course, you will see the first films. They're out there. So that's like very visual. Yeah, that's the first episode there.
All right. So we all know what we're talking about here. We're going to show you a clip, the trailer for this. That's not the right one. Let's go here. Verify screen. Legacy of Adam. There we go. All right. Let's see it.
So would you say this was?
2 minutes long, so you just want to show a bit of this.
Okay. Beautiful.
This is the Creator, our Maker.
So this is
Listen
this will be
carefully.
creation. The first episode.
Do you hear that
First
sound?
3 episodes are from Eden.
Can you hear a melody? I think perhaps the best way to describe the Creator is as song. The Creator of all things, the Master of song. Do you recognize that blue ball? That is home. That is the earth. How fun it must have been making the world. You are witnessing the beginning of a story. The greatest story that has ever been told. It's about where mankind came from, who we are, and where we are going. Out from the water, the Creator pulled the ground and made a mountain.
The first
This
3
holy
minutes,
place
like
was
is
called
God creating, and then we have people coming in after.
Yeah, we'll just do 3 and then we'll get back to our
The
conversation.
Creator then planted
Just
seed
want
in
to
the
give them a
earth,
chance to see this.
Yep.
making a garden where man could live. Such a huge task.
Oh, there's a bunch of
As
stuff.
time passed,
A song.
trees began to grow
There's
and form a
A bunch
green
of songs.
and lush place. And a fog came from the river
Yeah, I love it.
and watered the ground for the plants to grow.
What?
Such a great and magnificent plant.
yes,
The
yeah.
Creator made all kinds
Sort
of
of.
trees spring to life. Trees that were pleasing to the eye and bearing fruits to eat. At the center of the Garden of Eden stood the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Those trees were very special. They also bore very special fruit. They only existed in this garden. The Creator then filled the garden with animals of all kinds, and they lived together in harmony. The Creator then wanted to make something truly special. He wanted to make you, well, not actually you, but rather your great, 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 great grandfather. He made him from earth and clay. Let us make man in our image, and they will rule over the earth and over all the creatures. Once complete, the Creator blew the breath of life into him, Let's see what happened as he wakes up. Adam. Hi, Adam.
Wow, just
All
beautiful.
right. So we are back.
Yeah, I was just saying that's so visually stimulating. And I wanted to ask you, you were talking about watching the kids playing and having it all come together and going, wow, kids in Tanzania play the same as any other child. So is this sort of what led you to wanting to do something that would reach, just drawing you into this project?
Well, kind of, yes. It seems there's a demand, but also I was having a bad time. I want to do something that I think was fun, and I didn't have the conscience to get half a missionary salary without doing something useful.
Yeah.
So it's something egoistical. You want to do what you know how to do, and then there's the kids, and I don't have the conscience to receive a salary without like feeling I'm useful.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to hear, and it's surprising to most people that some people on this planet would be lacking content, like you said. We are so overwhelmed
Oh,
here
yeah.
in the first
so
world.
saturated
Yeah,
here.
we're so saturated with content. Matter of fact, our content has to get shorter and shorter because our attention spans are so minuscule now.
Yeah.
Because we
Right.
want all the information now, so I can figure out if I want to listen to this. So to find some place where that's not the case, and where there is a need for content because the only content they're seeing is Bruce Willis Die Hard. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Although it is one, I won't even get into it. But and Rambo First Blood, I'm glad that you've given them something different to look at and something biblical to look at.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess they have that in the mix as well, but usually I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have East African actors? Okay, so we're not saving the world. No one is saving the world, all right?
Sure.
It's just me doing my small, tiny thing. Maybe someone will benefit from it.
Sure.
And we have 7 actors, because this is motion capture, so we have real actors. We did this in the Sunday school room in Tanzania.
Great.
And we have 1 lady from Kenya. The other 6, they're from Tanzania. And there's something cool about it, because if we would use an American actor, we would have a different accent, we would have a different way of moving, of doing stuff. So now I get their approach. So I was hoping to make some sort of recognition, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. So they would recognize their culture, their body behaviors, their accent, their everything, and it would feel like it was made for them and that they are in the story.
Yes. And I'm educated in art director, so I always try to put an idea behind every visual thing I present. Yeah.
Awesome.
I love how you took your gifts, your gifting from God, and are using it to impact the kingdom. That's amazing. So how do you use it as an evangelism tool?
Oh, so the thing is that each episode is about 12 minutes long. So it fits kind of perfectly when you're doing Sunday school.
Yeah.
Because you have 12 minutes film, and then you can have 4 or 6 minutes of devotion afterwards, and then you can like color it or speak about it, whatever. So it fits very well that. But the thing is that partially why we did this is also in Tanzania we have 50% Muslims, 50% Christians, and they're not openly fighting. You know, we can be neighbors.
Which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
We can be neighbors. So I was thinking, what if I take stories that resonate with both Christians and Muslims? So I first started by just 10 top Christian stories, and then I started like figuring out what does Muslim know, and then in the end I sort of had a very good path here that describes the path to Jesus. And it's a path where Muslims can tag along, because there's 5 themes, all right? First theme, that's Adam and Eve with God, everything is great. Then they have to leave God because they do the one thing they're supposed to do. But God says, hey, I will fix the problem. You'll be together with me again. All right, I will send someone. Second theme, Abraham, big guy. Also Adam and Abraham, both big guys in Islam, all right? So Abraham, he really desperately wants children, and God says, you will get, and there will come an heir from you. And from that heir, someone will fix the problem in the first theme. Third theme, David, still known to Muslims. David, people start whispering, maybe he is the promised king that will fix the problem, but he's just a rock king, just a human, right? But God still says, even though you kind of failed some places, there will be a king from you, an eternal king that will fix the problem in the first theme. Fourth theme is Mary and Joseph realizing that this little kid here, it's actually, it's written about him. Wow, what's happening? Fifth theme is the last days of Jesus, death and resurrection, solves the problem in the first theme. So that's all of it. And that's something you also can convey to Muslim, at least these three first.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're getting them interest in the first three. That you're building trust, you're building credibility, and then you can expose them the other ones.
But they know they know Jesus. They know Jesus.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. We know there's many things that the Quran and the Bible can agree on, but they have a very different view of Jesus, as being a prophet. And I'm wondering, how do you close the deal? I hate to use that phrase, but I think there's points where we will lose them, where they disengage. When we are trying to, do you come to the gospel at some point and presenting Jesus as God?
I do, and I don't think I will close the deal as you're saying, because if you are rock solid believing something as a Muslim, I'm not going to convert that guy. So, but I wish to maybe share a different story. And the great thing about, we're free on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
We're starting to trend in Tanzania. So
It's great.
someone will pick this up.
Yeah.
And it might not be the guy, maybe it's the wife with all the kids, because the guy is somewhere else, he's not home.
Yeah.
So just telling people there is an option B, there's a different story, and it's actually the full story. My best friend in Kenya, when I was working there, he was an imam. He tried to convert me to being a Muslim. Really great guy, super awesome guy. First time I showed him that I've depicted God, his eyes turned black and he couldn't speak with me for a minute.
Yeah.
It was a bit intense.
Yeah, I bet.
All right. About 4-5 weeks back now, today, I got a message from him saying, Roger, I realize now you're doing the work of both God and Allah. So we're getting somewhere. Somewhere.
You're trying to engage them in a different way, maybe, and trying to show them something they haven't seen, to think about it differently.
Of course. My friend, the Imam, when I showed him the story about Abraham, we read the Bible, he was like, Roger, no, this is way too much. Abraham, he was sinless. We can't have this, but I'm saying this is it. He says, no, the Bible is corrupt. The Quran is perfect. And I buy him 2 different Qurans and say, they're not perfect, you see? They're different, both in Arabic, but they're different. And he goes like, okay, this is, I can't accept this. No one has ever told me this before.
Wow.
It's starting conversations, and what you're doing, again, and can I get you to move your mic up a little bit? It's pretty low down here, and to make sure.
I think it's slid down.
Is you're exposing them to truth, and you're exposing them to the Holy Spirit, and then it's God's. From there, right?
Okay.
So again, some people start their journey to Christ at a sunset. Some do it at a song of a bird. Some people do it at a near-death experience. Some people do it at the loss of a loved one. So some people do it at a movie. Some people do it at a concert. Wherever it is that gets you to turn from sin and start walking towards God, that could be anything. And why not your vehicle? Why not your movie? And I think the fact that you're giving, and anything is better almost than Die Hard and Rambo.
Yeah.
So even if it wasn't as good as it was, it's still better than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So again, exposing it and getting them thinking, and then let's see what the Holy Spirit does, man.
Yep.
God will call a hold of them.
And if we are lucky, we are pirated, we are distributed,
Yeah, great. If they, if they steal all your stuff, it doesn't matter. God still wins.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to see, hey, guess what? The legacy of Adam is #1 in China.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right?
Who knows
Yeah,
what
yeah.
How
God will
awesome
do.
would that be?
Yeah.
You don't need the royalties for that. You get the royalties in heaven.
Yeah, hopefully.
So anyways, I think that's absolutely great. Where can people go to support this project?
Well, okay. We have a company called Noria Media Mission. They're the guys who they're funding me, or
Okay.
they're funding the project, not me.
Okay. If they go to the website, like thelegacyofadam.com, is there a link to get to that?
Actually, there's a donation button there. So
There we go.
Great.
that will go to Noria.
There we go.
And they give me the funds to pay actors, singers, whoever I'm working with.
All the stuff that you guys need to make that
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
production.
Awesome.
So, I think what you guys are working in a dangerous place over there in a very challenging environment. And, I pray that God keeps you safe and that he blesses this project and you lead a lot of people to Christ.
Yeah, you said
Thank
you're
you.
not you're not talent, but you did an awesome job. I'm glad you came on today. We didn't know we were gonna have you or Harold. But
No.
you did amazing.
This was it was a fun experience, guys. Thank you for having
Sorry for
having
the
us.
technical troubles in the
Thank
front
you
end,
for
but
coming.
I think, again, if this is of God,
It's gonna
there's
take
nothing
off.
he can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome.
All right.
And you can see your heart's in the right
Yeah,
place.
absolutely.
Thank
It's
you,
great
guys.
to meet
Welcome.
Great to meet you guys as
Is
well.
there anything else you want to say?
Go to Tanzania. It's not a dangerous
you.
place.
And Norway. Go to Norway.
Go to Norway as well. Yeah. Norway might be a bit more. No, it's fine. It's fine as well. Welcome.
All right, everyone. God bless you. And we will see you on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes.
On Tuesday
Monday we
when,
will not be here.
when we come back from Johnson City, Tennessee.
and Lakeville, Minnesota headquarters.
All right, everyone.
All right.
We
bye.
love you,
Love you.
and we'll see you soon.
God bless.
Bye.
For listening to the Hope Report. If you were blessed by this episode, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channels.